I've lost all the hearing in my eardrums are ringing. Two of these girls have got some lungs on them.
Don't they what? Wouldn't want to hang over. Look, still to come on Sunrise, the royal romance that continues to captivate Australia 10 years on. Mary and Fred will celebrate their anniversary.
Plus, he's hot and he is amazing. Big wave legend Laird Hamilton is live. He's the king of the ocean.
We are just moments away from the first TV performance ever for this magnificent sensation, 5 Seconds of Summer. Although for some of these people it's already been about 12 hours of autumn out here. Thousands of fans showing up this morning to see them play.
Look, it has been a meteoric rise to fame for these 4 boys from the western suburbs of Sydney. They're only teenagers, but they're already one of the biggest music acts in the world. These are scenes of chaos in Europe just a few weeks ago. But these girls aren't chasing down One Direction or Justin Bieber. They're going after Australia's own 5 Seconds of Summer. It's how life is now for Luke, Ashton, Callum and Michael from Western Sydney. And it's a far cry from their school days not so long ago when they formed the band.
Hey guys, hey.
The boys grew a huge fan base by posting videos to YouTube. Their talent was obvious. 5 Seconds of Summer caught the attention of that other megastar boy band, One Direction, who invited them to support their world tour.
We get to play in places like this thanks to One Day.
Then came the all-important signing with major record label EMI and the release of their first studio single. She Looks So Perfect topped the charts in 42 countries, including the UK and Canada. It even hit number 2 on the all-important US Billboard chart. The music video has been viewed more than 25 million times on YouTube. And 5 Seconds of Summer achieved the highest sales by any Australian artist since AC/DC. It's been a busy month for the group, affectionately dubbed Five Sauce. They completed a national tour and announced their new album. It's already number 1 on the charts on pre-orders alone. And their social media stats are wild. More than 11 million Twitter followers and 3 million Facebook fans.
Sounds like it's starting to hurt for this crowd. Well, the wait is over. Here they are, the lads from 5 Seconds of Summer, with their chart-topping smash hit, She Looks So Perfect. Give it up for Five Sauce.
What's up, Sydney? This is a song about dance. Sing along if you know it. Say we're too young now to amount to anything else. You look around, work too damn hard for this just to get around. Don't sweat, don't move. Honey, you look so perfect, standing there, and all you gotta get a pair of underwear. And I know now that I'm so down. You just stay staying in the working hard. I got your name tattooed in it. I want, and I know now that I'm so down. Let's get out. Just every time when we keep to keep us there. While I was out, I found myself alone, just thinking about showing up with a plane ticket and a shirt. so perfect. So down. Your lipstick stained the work you on. I got some things I did and I want. And I know that I knew it was been there. You look so perfect, standing there. I'm about to get a blow. Lipstick stained and the work you on. I got some things I do and I want. Thank you.
Guys, welcome. How are you?
Yeah!
Wow.
How good was that? Welcome to the show, guys. Look, you've got, what about 5,000 beautiful girls screaming here. And also 7 tradies on the building as well, you know? So it's not just a tween act. How did it feel to be able to tell him for the first time, Luke?
We were actually very nervous that no one's going to show up. It's very early, but we're very lucky. It's awesome. I was a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Didn't show.
Nothing.
Pretty cool, huh? Callum, can you believe this turnout? Some of these people have been here since yesterday.
We literally have the best fans in the world, so it's amazing that these guys could come out and show us support.
Sure do. It's pretty chilly out here. I mean, you boys are warm because you've been jumping around. But, there's someone over there do you want to send a quick hello over there? There's a girl who's got hypothermia.
Oh, hello. We'll come meet you later.
Now, guys, there's been significant debate in the Sunrise studio this morning. We've been expressly instructed not to use the term boy band, and we're not going to use it. It's man band, okay? Man band from now on. How do you describe your own music?
I think, we're kind of like, we're a rock band ultimately, but, we want to bring pop to the radio, but, you can call us whatever you want. It doesn't
Certainly very catchy pop. I love it.
Yeah.
Now listen, girls, who's supposed to be doing their NAPLAN test today? Right.
Get to school. So who enjoyed that? Who wants a kiss from Bart Nicholas? Well, you can't have one, can they?
stick at the moment, so sorry.
Well, good news is you could be running late for that because we've got another performance coming up.
Yeah.
We'll let the fellas get backstage and warm up a little, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys are fantastic. It's so great to have you here on Sunrise.
Loving it.
We'll have
Loving
more of Sunrise right after this break. With 5 seconds of summer on the floor now.
Okay, we can talk now, because I can cut this out. Okay. Because I can just edit it and then cut it out.
You made me miss a whole lot.
Yeah, but 1 second is bad. Don't be quiet again.
It's my right to know her.
I can't.
She's closer
Oh my
than he
god.
ever imagined.
You want me to right now?
If you won't tell me, tell
I'm
me.
just gonna leave it recorded and then so I can just edit it instead of like
So
saying.
it'll be the most confronting
I mean,
moment
I could
of
literally
his
just
life.
stop recording this and then record another one and then get them together and
Place to call home. Sunday, 8:40 on 7.
Check out this great offer from Bridgestone Select. When you buy 4 selected tyres, you'll get pumped with up to $100 free fuel. You're always in safe hands at your local Bridgestone Select. fibre you need with new Fibre Start from Sanitarium, with a third of
You
your
ever had
daily
a
fibre
thought?
intake in every serve.
No.
It's fibre made easy. Look for new Sanitarium Fibre
It's like-
Start in the cereal aisle.
Weird. Like, look.
Bang! Out they go. It's Suzuki's end of financial year clearance. There's big savings on Swift with Bluetooth connectivity, now starting at just $15,490
so
drive
weird.
away. Or upgrade
Like, I
to
don't
Swift
know, I just
Navigator
got
with
it today.
multimedia sat nav. See your Suzuki dealer today.
But like,
Discover the family adventure
Are you ready?
of epic proportions.
All right.
I wasn't ready.
Walking with Dinosaurs comes home. On Blu-ray and DVD, now at Big W.
Kids need outside play to be healthy. So at Medibank, we've designed our packages with up to 100% back on extras. Planning for play, all part of Generation Better. Switch by May 15 and get 1 month free.
We won't rest until you find your perfect bed at the 40 Winks upsize sale. Buy any Sealy, king, queen or double mattress and you'll only pay the price of the single. Limited time only, so hurry into 40 Winks today. We won't rest until you do.
So you want to book a flight, Mr. Squirrel? This is a first.
I'll tell you what's a first, my fine non-furry friend. This, Australia's only everyday transaction account that earns me Qantas points.
You're out of your tree.
Nah, but what is nuts is that I earn Qantas points on money sitting in my account, plus on most everyday purchases.
Right, so you've squirreled away enough Qantas points to fly to...
Rio, the wife's a bit of a Brazil nut.
No monthly fees when you deposit $2,000 per month. Get on board at bankwest.com.au.
Now at Big W, the lowest price on everything bonds.
I will never understand why Dummies make really weird faces when they play. Yeah. I think it's like a percussion thing, because Britney does the same thing. I'm like, why do you do that? Because it's a percussion thing you won't understand. You get it.
The lowest price on everything bonds. Only at Big W.
Will one word
They probably just play so hard.
enter $300,000
They're not
dream?
even the focus thing, too.
Stitch.
$1 Million Minute, today, 5:30.
Hello again, Nicola Wood in the Mazda 2 Sky Tracker 7. Now a car and a truck have collided in Canterbury. Canterbury Road and 4th Street. Pretty slow for traffic, getting past in both directions. Now here's your road as you approach the Sydney Harbour Bridge. As you can see there, tough approaching the decks. It's northbound as though that is struggling with all that sun glare. Reward yourself with the zippy Mazda 2 Neo Sport with alloys and cruise control from $15,990 drive away. Visit your local Mazda dealer.
Sunrise is proudly brought to you by Jetstar. With Jetstar's low fares to Japan, experience Japanese cuisine and culture for yourself. For details, visit jetstar.com.
Jessica Malboy is playing live at the massive Sunrise Harbour Party with Dami Im and loads of prizes on Sunrise tomorrow.
We want you to be part of our big show tomorrow. Join us from 6 a.m. at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Sydney. Jessica Malboy is performing her biggest hits. There's a free brekkie and lots of prizes to be won. Very exciting. All the details are on the Sunrise website.
The love story of Princess Mary and Prince Frederick is one Australians hold quite close to their hearts. Today, the royal couple are celebrating a decade of marriage.
Isn't that
I
lovely?
think it's a 10 anniversary, your 10th, isn't it?
10?
I think it's 10.
Diamonds every time.
Well, it is in New Zealand,
And
the
they-
10th anniversary.
And they look as enchanted by each other as they did when they first met in a Sydney pub more than 14 years ago. It was the day Mary Donaldson became Crown Princess Mary of Denmark. I declare you to be man and wife, sealed with a kiss. The former estate agent took her first steps into an extraordinary life. And the Danish public warmly embraced their new princess. She's so wonderful.
Oh, for sure she'll be a good queen.
She reminds me of a historic queen.
A decade on, and Mary and Prince Frederick look just as in love. They're celebrating the milestone with their children, Christian, Vincent, Josephine and Isabella. Mary met her prince in a pub during the Sydney 2000 Olympic celebrations. Their courtship was made public in 2001. 2 years later, they were engaged, and a Copenhagen wedding followed in 2004, as the world watched with excitement.
This is terrible.
Despite the distance and her Danish title, Princess Mary will always be welcome back home.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Very few people lucky to have a chemistry like that, Sammy. Reporter Vicky Iverson joins us from Copenhagen in Denmark. Good morning to you, Vicky. We've seen some beautiful photos released of the couple and their family in honour of this occasion. Are there public celebrations planned?
Unfortunately, they've been in Poland this whole week, so busy program, not much time to celebrate. They're there promoting Danish businesses, so they spent most of this anniversary with Polish politicians. But they did have time to give a short statement, though. Frederick said that Mary was the best thing that ever happened to him in his life, and he said that it was a good thing that they share the same bed, because this morning they did have time to chat together and talk about how crazy it was that they've spent 10 wonderful years together. Mary, she said that it's been quite a journey, wonderful but challenging at times, and she looks forward to the decades to come. I hope they have a private anniversary dinner this evening.
Yes, I'm sure they will.
No one knows how to party like a Polish politician, though.
Vicky, so many famous relationships fail under the strain of the public eye. What do you think it is about Mary and Frederick that's kept them so strong? What do you think their secret is?
Well, they still have time to spend quality time together as a family and as a couple, because Queen Margaret is still the regent here. But I think they also really prioritise trying to be a normal family. The kids are in public schools, and often Mary and Frederick, they drive them there on their bikes. And even before becoming a father, Frederick said that, I want my children close. I want us to have breakfast together every morning. We'll have oatmeal and I'll prepare it for them. I don't know if he actually does that, but he did show that he prioritizes his family. When he went to the Winter Olympics in Sochi this year, he went home early, even though he's a member of the Olympic Committee, because it coincided with the winter break in the Danish schools, and he was going skiing with Mary and the kids. And when publicly criticized afterwards, she said that my family and my children are more important than the Olympics. So this is a couple that prioritizes each other, and they show up to official events holding hands even after 10 years. And here in Denmark, 43% of all marriages end in divorce, but by the looks of it, this is not going to be one of those couples.
Yes, that's lovely to see.
Maybe that 43% need to eat more oatmeal. Vicky, it's a delight to see the couple and their family so happy after 10 years. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Now, it is also, other than being Mary and Fred's anniversary, it's also 5 Seconds of Summer Day on Sunrise. The Aussie band is at Brecky Central for their first TV concert ever.
JT, on the plaza right now. The fans were pretty impressed by that first number, mate.
You might call it the plaza. I call it the screaming selfie pit. It is crazy down here. These guys have been here for a night. Some people 2 nights. That's how excited they were. 2 nights, and all you want is a kiss. From Luke. But I've got the word that Michael's not doing kisses anymore.
No.
Why not?
Well, apparently some chick asked him for a kiss on the cheek, and she turned her head too quickly, and he kissed her, and he was like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Unbelievable. And these guys got sick. You were sick because of these guys.
Yes. He spat water out at the crowd in his concert.
At the Enmore. These guys have been following the band. From here, they go to the States. They're playing the Billboards Awards. They're touring with One Direction. But we've got them first for their first ever television performance. They've got a second song coming up soon. Now, talk to me about the new single, Better or Worse.
Better.
What's so good about it?
I don't know. It's just really, catchy.
Think quick.
I don't know.
Oh, you're nervous. Let me show you some of the signs. Really creative signs. I'd like to take a peek. Who's your favourite? Michael and Ashton. You can't have 2. That's greedy.
Walking out last dogs.
You guys were sweet. You guys were singing along very loudly.
A lot. We love them so much.
Tell me about the onesie. Why are you in one?
Well, I stayed out overnight with my friends, and I just thought the onesie would be the easiest way to stay warm. But it didn't get that cold.
And it brings attention to Have a look at this for creativity. Not much to eat at, say, 3 o'clock in the morning, but you guys got a meal and a sign. Yeah. Well, I hope they come down for a photo. This is where everyone wants a selfie. They're performing again very, very soon. So 5 seconds of summer. 5 shots to everyone else.
Yes, it's not feeling too summery out there.
No,
Just
certainly
my
not.
hands here.
Maybe you should go to McDonald's and order a McHottie.
You are a McHottie, JT. Thank you for that.
Hot apple pie, JT.
There is a massive crowd on the plaza this morning. They're all here for one of the biggest bands in the world, 5 Seconds of Summer.
You look so perfect, standing there in my American apparel underwear. And I know now that I was so down.
In just a few minutes, they're back on stage, and we're getting personal. Just wait till you see the surprise we have in store for them.
Really? I know nothing about it. Has it got to do with American Apparel underwear?
No.
Then the king of the ocean, to men, he's a surfing god. To women, he's a surfing sex symbol. He's live at Brecky Central and Lights Out, the Aussie city, planning to become the world's first to go entirely smoke-free. That city is Melbourne, and it's the whole CBD. Talk about that to become.
Gosh, it's now time for the latest from 7 News. Here's that.
You really are chilly, aren't you?
It's chilly out there.
Thanks, Sam. Leading the news today, Opposition Leader Bill Shorten has ruled out supporting any changes to the tax scheme. He's accused Treasurer Joe Hockey of blackmailing
And they keep on repeating the same like 6 stories over and over and over again.
The federal government has said we're going to take $80 billion out of hospitals and schools which the states run in Australia.
State premiers are now demanding an urgent COAG meeting over the cuts to health and education. Bill Shorten will deliver his budget reply tonight. Former Prime Minister Kevin Rudd wants cabinet secrecy provisions lifted before he swears on oath at the Royal Commission into his government's botched home insulation scheme. Sunrise correspondent Michelle Tapper joins us now from Brisbane. Michelle, what happened yesterday?
Well, now, this was an extraordinary legal manoeuvre by Rudd's lawyer, insisting that Rudd would not give evidence unless he could breach cabinet confidentiality, something which is unlikely to be approved of by the Abbott government. Now, in Mr Rudd's 31-page statement, much of it has been heavily censored because of cabinet secrets. And this stunned the lawyers in the room yesterday, who argued about it for about an hour while Mr Rudd sat quietly in the stand. Now, eventually the Commissioner said he would adjourn and make his decision overnight. Now, it's been a very interesting week at this Commission, with the first star witness being former Labor Senator and Rudd enemy, Mr Mark Arbib. Now, he said that he was not responsible for public safety. He was only involved with the financial details of the $2.8 billion scheme. And he pointed the finger at Peter Garrett, said Mr Garrett was responsible. Mr Garrett then took the stand. He admitted that, yes, public safety was in his domain. And then he pointed the finger at his department, saying they did not give him all the information needed. He admitted that the first death absolutely gutted him. So it's been an interesting week of finger pointing and blame shifting. So Rudd's visit here has been highly anticipated, but no one was prepared for this legal curveball that they delivered late yesterday. Now, Mr Rudd is expected to take the stand again in another hour. Nat?
Another big day ahead, I'd say. Thanks very much, Michelle. And returning to our breaking news from Sydney this morning, a coal seam gas company with links to the Abid family has been referred to the New South Wales Corruption Commission, averting what was set to be an explosive clash between 7,000 protesters and 800 police. Adam Walters joins us from the Sydney newsroom now with this exclusive story. Adam, why was the government forced to act?
Nat, the New South Wales Energy Minister Anthony Roberts has rescinded the mining exploration licence of the Metgasco company, which was set to start drilling on a farm near Lismore in northern New South Wales next week. The minister has revealed to 7 News that he has referred Metgasco to the Independent Corruption Commission for investigation because of its links to Australian Water Holdings, the company associated with former Labor Minister Eddie Obeid and his son Eddie Obeid Jr.
I was in receipt of some information yesterday with respect to shareholdings for ICAC, and I've sent that information on to the Commissioner for further investigation.
More than 7,000 protesters, nearly as more, are now celebrating.
I'll bet they are. Thanks very much, Adam, for that update from the 7 Newsroom. The judge presiding over Oscar Pistorius' murder trial has ordered the athlete undergo psychiatric tests. The decision follows a request for an evaluation from the chief prosecutor after an expert witness for the defence said Pistorius had an anxiety disorder which may have played a role in the shooting death of Reva Steenkamp. The trial could be delayed for at least a month. Melbourne workers could soon be forced to butt out for good when the CBD becomes one of the world's first smoke-free cities. The Herald Sun says it will be illegal to light up anywhere between Flinders Street, Spencer Street, Spring Street and the Queen Victoria Market. The new plan will be in place in 2016. Nicole Kidman has responded to criticism at the premiere of her new movie about Grace Kelly at the Cannes Film Festival. 7 News correspondent Ange Cox is in Cannes, lucky to get
I
a
know
gig here. And
Australia's like
what
small
has Nicole had to
compared
say?
to us, but I guarantee there's more going on in this.
Yeah, good morning, Nat. Even before Nicole Kidman hit the red carpet, this movie was controversial. Monaco's royal family had slammed the film, saying that they refused to watch it. It was a farce because there were so many inaccuracies about it. Nicole Kidman spoke at a press conference today addressing that criticism. She said she respected their opinion, their adult children trying to protect their parents' reputation. She said it was awkward and sad, but she wanted them to know that the movie was made out of a place of love, not malice, and was really more of a tribute to the love between their parents. Have a listen to some of what she said.
The film has no malice towards the family or towards, particularly towards Grace or Renier. I mean, it's fictionalized. Obviously, we've said that it's not a biopic.
Now, the other controversy about this film, big Hollywood movie man Harvey Weinstein was apparently refusing to release it in the US because he was so unhappy with the product. We found out today that's now been resolved. He will release the film in the US. Any changes that have to be made will be made with him and the director, so that's good news for Nicole's film.
Okay, thanks for the update, Ange Cox.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, what you do not know about 5 Seconds of Summer. We put the boys on the spot to get you all the answers. Plus, we also have a big surprise for them. This is Grace.
In a massive boost for the Blues, Greg Bird will get the chance to play in this year's Origin Series. The Titans enforcer was successful in getting his dangerous throw charge downgraded at the NRL judiciary last night. His suspension has been reduced to 2 matches, which means he'll only have to sit out the Origin opener.
I'm only going to be missing for the first one. It would have been heartbreaking to miss the whole series.
Bird says all NRL players are confused by the new rules on lifting tackles. Collingwood will be strengthened by the return of Nick Maxwell, Clinton Young and Alan Tuvey in tonight's AFL clash against the Adelaide Crows to begin round 9. The Crows are playing down their expectations for comeback kid Taylor Walker in his return from a knee reconstruction. The Adelaide Oval is sold out, but you can see it live on 7 and 7 Mate tonight. Socceroos coach Ange Postecoglou remains realistic, but wants fans to be excited about our looming World Cup campaign. The provisional 30-man squad will enter training camp today, and Postecoglou says they will do Australia proud.
I'm not going to tell them to get up and not feel great about it. I want them to get up and be excited by watching this team.
The Matildas started their Women's Asian Cup defence with a 2-2 draw against Japan last night, and the Western Sydney Wanderers are into the Asian Champions League quarterfinals after downing Japanese champions Sanfrecce Hiroshima 2-0 at Pertex Stadium. The Wanderers won the tie on the away goals rule. Cadel Evans has signalled his intent in stage 5 of the Giro d'Italia. It was the 2011 Tour de France winner's first chance to showcase his climbing skills, and he did just that, finishing second to Italian Diego Ulissi. Fellow Australian Michael Matthews extended his overall lead to 14 seconds. Evans is second further back in 3rd position. There you go. All right, let's check your weather right now as we head back to the southern part of the States. And Eddie, it's been a great tour this morning. Love your old homestead.
I keep teasing you. I keep saying you.
Oh, it's beautiful here, Barretts. And as they say, the hospitality's warm in the south, but the mint juleps are cool. And we're here with Bob. What is it in mint julep? Mine looks decidedly, I'm drunk a bit more than you.
Basically, this is 2 parts Kentucky bourbon whiskey and 1 part of a sugar make here on the plantation.
Right. They haven't put any bourbon in mine, so they tell me. Bob, one of the reasons this might happen, a few ghost stories. Well, probably a few mint juleps, then a few ghost stories. Here, tell us one.
Well, most everybody who works here has had some unusual experience in the house. Mine is inside the house. Mine is in one particular room. When I try to give a tour and talk from that room, I get very short of breath to the point I can't get through a whole sentence, and I get apprehensive. I would like to leave that room very quickly.
Another tour has seen a candle fly across the room. 40 people in a tour saw this.
That is correct.
Another tour group, another tour leader felt someone tugging at the back of her dress.
Yes, that's fairly common. The women in the hoop skirts will feel someone tugging at their dress about the size of a child. They'll turn around and there's nobody there.
Eerie. Ooh. I think we've got to go to the weather before my goosebumps get any worse.
Sunrise weather, brought to you by Beacon's new winter collection with the latest designer styles and 30% off your second light. On now.
A few showers for Cairns and Mackay, a shower or two for Rockhampton and the Sunshine Coast, partly cloudy for Toowoomba, and a shower or two for Brisbane with a top of 24, a shower or two for Coffs Harbour, sunny for Tamworth and Dubbo, sunny after some early fog for Newcastle, sunny and 23 for Sydney, and Canberra 18 and sunny after some early fog and frost, sunny for Ballarat and Bendigo, mostly sunny and 22 for Melbourne, mostly sunny for Geelong, partly cloudy for Launceston and Hobart, 20 degrees and partly cloudy for Mount Gambier, mostly sunny and 23 for Adelaide, sunny for Cooper Pedy, sunny for Alice Springs and Darwin, 34 and mostly sunny. And in Western Australia, a shower or two for Bunbury, a possible light shower for Perth with a top of 22, partly cloudy for Geraldton, a possible storm for Carnarvon and mostly sunny for Broome. Once I say it's 5 o'clock somewhere in the world, it is actually literally 5 o'clock here, but I promise there's no bourbon in my drink, even though I can't seem to string a sentence together. You were telling me before, Bob, Brad Pitt often comes here. He filmed Interview with the Vampire here and often comes back to visit, just strolls around the grounds.
That's correct. I've never personally seen him, but he is known to visit Oak Alley. I've actually had a lady on my tour one time offer me $20 if I could give her the toilet seat that Brad Pitt had actually used.
No way. Is it still inside?
Well, no, I don't know which one it was. I told her I'm not cheap, but I could be bought.
Right, excellent. All right, back to you, Andrew and Seth.
Oh, forget Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's
Who needs Brad Pitt when you've got 5 seconds of summer? I'll tell you what. The guys are back on stage with us right now. Welcome to Sunrise.
Hello. Thank you.
Now listen, Ashton, you've had a week off.
What? Sorry.
Can you hear me over there? You've had a very rare week off between your national tour and doing Sunrise.
Yeah.
How do you spend your downtime?
Spend my downtime? I don't know. I don't do much. I tend to lounge around a lot. I become very immobile. I sleep. Just hang out with my family. You take every moment you can.
Presumably you practice a few new licks on your kit, do you?
Yeah, I actually play the kit I first ever had sitting in my lounge room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my brother plays it, yeah.
Hey, Callum, they say they do, that when you're on the road together, you've got a penchant for nuding up and posting. That's what they say. That's what they tell me.
That's the world. How have I built this reputation?
What is with that?
What is with that, boys?
I've seen Callum's butt like over 1,000 times. Callum is naked probably 50% of his life. I'm proud of that.
You could boost the average in one go here because there's over 1,000 people can see it once. No.
Okay.
G rating.
Yes, not this early in the morning, please. Michael.
Past 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Michael, we hear that when you first wrote the song, She Looks So Perfect, you actually hated it.
Yeah, it was...
Why? What's not to like such a great
song? Me and Ashton went into a session with a guy called Jake Sinclair, and we just, when we finished writing it, I was like, it's okay.
That's not what you said. You're like, man, that sucked.
Okay, yeah, I said it sucked.
I hated it.
But then we heard it back, and we were looking for the perfect, the perfect first single. So puns at 9 a.m. So yeah, when we heard it.
So how much does it suck?
Not much. No.
It sucks.
Now. Are they pulling my leg, or do people honestly call you Five Sauce?
No, that's a real thing.
They call you Five Sauce.
If you're in a rush, you've got no time when you dance. It's a quick, time saver.
I'm with you. Can I suggest something? I think you could cut it down even further by making it Vsauce, like a Roman numeral 5. Vsauce.
Vsauce.
Do you have to do that?
With the dance?
That's the same
Do you like what that question?
What do you reckon?
You're very nimble.
It's quite hard on the neck. Once you practice, it's all right.
Okay, now
You're very nimble.
this next question is very important to the girls in the crowd, of which that is 100%. Girls, you're going to want to hear the answer to this. Who is single and who is not?
Well, that's funny you ask. Well, to the wife and kids at home, hello. How you doing? No, we're just doing the band. We're never in a place more than 24 hours, you know. So we're single.
I think that's your answer.
Single.
Married to the band.
Ready to mingle.
Here for the next 3 hours. Yeah, that's right. So you've got 3 hours. All right,
Okay.
terrific.
All right, we've got it.
I'm loving some of the signs out here, guys. This is my favourite. Notice us and we will buy you pizza.
We'll be after you afterwards.
That's a good answer. It's you.
I like the one that says we thought this was the Krusty Krab. That's good.
Oh, there's also a happy 16th birthday. Do you want to say happy birthday to that girl?
Hello.
Sweet
Happy
16.
birthday.
Now listen, a little birdie told us you've been hitting the gym lately. We want to test out your fitness.
Oh gosh. What kind of
We want to see a little birdie on Twitter.
A blind bird.
Who can do the most push-ups?
Probably Ashton.
Show us some push-ups, Ashton.
Ashton's the only athletic one in the band. This has just been pinned on me. Let's look at Callum for a second.
I think so. I mean, it's only fair. The only question we've asked Callum so far has been about his butt, so let's see his arms instead.
Don't you have a competition about who can do the most?
No, it's obvious I'd win.
It's obvious that Michael's acquired achievement.
Now, I believe we have some photos.
Oh, yes.
Going
we
back
do.
a bit. School photos of the lad. You quit school towards the end to pursue this career in music. That must have been pretty hard to convince your folks, was it?
It was a hard time.
Yeah.
We actually kind of did it under the radar. I used to go pick Callum up from school every day in my Nissan Pulsar, and it was a good one. We used to just sort of. That's all we loved. We didn't want to be in school.
It doesn't sound like you were school dropouts. You're all doing pretty well. You just thought that this was the greater passion.
Oh no, I was doing awful. School was like it was kind of like torture to me. Like, it's not that I think I'm trying to send a positive message. Go to school.
Yeah. So don't copy your NAPLAN answers
do
from
what I
Michael, okay?
Do as they say, not as they do. But listen, we've got a surprise for you because one man who encouraged you to leave school was your teacher, Adam Day.
Oh, she must have been back.
I don't know about that.
Remember Mr. Day? Well, he's here.
Is it?
This morning.
We've
given him the day off.
Adam Day. Hello.
Aren't you meant to be at NAPLAN?
Hey, sir. How you doing?
He's meant to be in that plan. Adam, welcome. Or should we call you Mr. Day?
Mr. Day?
Love the beard, sir.
And were they good students?
How does he even know? I wasn't even at their school. I was the black sheep. Where's my teacher? Is she going to come out?
This certainly constitutes a uniform infringement, Mr. Day, doesn't it?
Like those shoes.
Canvas shoes.
Do you remember when you used to give us demerits every day for not wearing the right socks? Socks!
Michael's been holding this in for a long time.
We've been waiting to see you. He hasn't worn any socks for a year now.
Mr. Day looks really edgy.
Wearing just the men's socks.
Did you teach them music?
Guys.
Yes, I did.
Did you spot the talent early on? Sorry? Did you spot the talent early?
Yeah, I took them all in year 7, 8, and 11.
Yeah.
Except for mine.
Terrific. All right, well, look, thank you, Mr. Day, for having the day off school.
Thanks, Mr. Day.
Thank you, guys, for chatting. You're off with another song very soon. This is 5 Seconds of Summer live on Sunrise. We'll be back right after this.
place where anything can happen.
I just want to go laugh so hard.
I know.
Stop the traffic!
An Australian dies in Bali every 9 days. What really happens in Bali? New to 7.
Awesome.
Blocked nose. Pressure building. Heavy head. Reach for the double action of Sudafed PE. An expert at targeting the symptoms to unblock the nose and relieve the pressure. Helping you get back to you fast. Clear your head with Sudafed.
Some fluffy things are cute. And others, well, not so much. That's why we've said bye-bye to the fluffy stuff and given the Libra tampons you love brand new anti-fluff bases, which means no more fluffy business when you release the string. So get out there and live fearless, knowing that Libra's got you covered. Libra, live fearless.
At Subaru, the end of financial year starts now. For 1 month only, get incredible savings on a range of models, including the award-winning Forester, XV, Impreza, and more. Hurry into a Subaru retailer by May 31st.
Nothing gets the morning moving like the fun of Cocoa Pops and milk.
Those are Cocoa Crisps. Just say.
You're wrong.
Budget Direct's smarter online discounts. 20% off car insurance and 30% off home and contents insurance. Get a quote today. Smart
Isn't there
and
Cocoa
cheap.
Puffs too?
There's Cocoa Puffs.
Start your day a better way at Subway. Put a good morning smile across your face as I take you to a breakfast place that makes a quick and easy breakfast stop. See, I'm an egg and bacon man.
Baby spinach.
Tomato.
I'm a fan. They taste so great they really hit the spot. Now, if you're up for breakfast choice, my friends and I have found our voice, so start your day a better way.
Try me, I'm fresh.
Your taste buds will love you.
See you for breakfast at Subway.
Every day, hundreds of thousands of us head off to jobs that help build this country. And all of us want something to show for it. Over the last 29 years, Cbus Super has achieved an average return of over 9% per annum,
I want to see Don't Stop
with
live,
investments
because I
in
haven't played it
projects
live yet.
that help create jobs. For all of us, Cbus.
Stay, but at the same time.
Does standing on that hard kitchen floor give your lower back and legs stress and soreness? Relieve those aches and pains with the Comfy Mat. The soft rubber foam Comfy Mat that cushions and supports you on any surface. It helps reduce point of contact foot pain and radiating pain through muscles and joints. Comfy Mat cradles you in comfort for hours on end. Ideal for hardwood floors, tile, cement or concrete floors. Its treated surface is antibacterial and easy to clean. The lightweight Comfy Mat moves easily from room to room. Available now from Big W.
A big day here on Sunrise for 5 seconds of summer.
5 sauce, please.
Live in the club asking kids if you don't know who they are. But now it's time to meet the king of the ocean. Laird Hamilton is the original big wave surfer.
He's ridden waves more than 20 metres high at speeds of up to 80 k's an hour. He also pioneered tow-in surfing and stand-up paddleboarding. Sammy, do you like that?
I love a bit of
Do you do stand-up
I
paddleboard
was
yoga?
wondering they're going to make
No. Can you do that?
Well, you can. Laird will show you how. He's in Australia with a new twist on the extreme sport. He knows no limits and seemingly has no fear. Laird Hamilton is all about adventure. Laird grew up in Hawaii His love for the ocean began before he could walk. By 17, he was a professional athlete with sponsorship deals and modelling contracts. But it was Laird's invention in the 90s that took big wave riding to a new level. Toe-in surfing was one of the biggest breakthroughs in the sport's history. Today, the 50-year-old is married to former Olympian Gabby Reece. He's a fitness guru, nutrition expert, author, even an actor.
I told you, Matt, the water that day was so choppy. I've told you 100 times. What happened to her could have happened to me. I mean, the ocean was brutal that day. You can ask anybody.
Laird also pioneered stand-up paddleboarding, the fastest-growing water sport in the world. Now he's in Australia for his new paddleboard range.
And Laird Hamilton joins us now. Laird, good morning.
Good morning.
You are a genius, my man. This is a brilliant invention. What inspired you to create the paddleboard?
Well, I'd like to say it was some, scientific idea, but it was really boredom. I would describe. I'd say it was boredom and just my desire to do something when the surf was flat and for training, and then also to take my kids surfing. I started riding these really big boards, and then that kind of just grew into not wanting to lay down, and before you knew it, we were paddling, and then the world was paddling.
Wow.
So Laird, I mean, you can understand how when the surf is flat, this is fantastic, but these have really taken off in all sorts of different conditions now, haven't they?
Yeah, well, that's one of the things I think that's so great about stand-up is that there's just so many disciplines. It's rivers, it's racing, it's channel crossing, it's touring.
Well, so down the rapids in rivers.
Down the rapids.
That's amazing.
Off the waterfalls. Part of the evolution, imagine if you're, sitting down, part of your evolution is to stand up. So,
yeah, right.
So can you go off a waterfall on a stand-up paddleboard?
Yeah, the landing is the hard part.
Yeah, particularly.
You can stay on for a while.
And it says that you've even created a board for the golf course. You are determined to ride while
Board
the
world
wherever you go. How does that work?
Actually, we have this right now. We have a new board called a golf board, and it's an electric all-wheel drive board that you play golf on. That's right now it's taking the States by storm, and it's kind of revolutionizing the way you play golf. And
That's
so
awesome. It's like polo for people.
Wow.
Laird, while we've got you quickly, that big wave surfing,
yes,
you do. I mean, people say that you have to be almost suicidal to do that, but you obviously see it a very different way.
No, I think it's very calculated. This is a super calculated risk. This is something that that certain people were born to do. You have this instinct since you're a little kid, and then you're fortunate enough to develop the skill at it. And we have a saying, "Do it to do it another day." So we do it as safe as you can do. And in a way, we take our lives in our own hand. But you drive on a freeway every day, trusting that some other guy won't come in your lane.
Sure.
And at least this is something that we have control of.
Well, Laird, it is terrific to meet you. Thank you for coming and thank you for bringing this. I guess this is excess baggage when you travel, I imagine. It's pretty...
And you can see yourself on it right now. I can see that. You got that look in your eye.
I would love to be out.
It's a small negotiating process that we can go through.
Okay, we'll talk after the show.
I can see you saluting the sun on it out of Rose Base.
Beautiful.
And the brand, of course, is Laird Stand-Up. Still to come, Butts Out or Else. The Australian city we're lighting up in public is about to become illegal.
And the cash cow has 10 grand up for grabs. Stand by for today's call and the code word.
Wow. We want wallpaper in mirrors.
They're not going to put wallpaper on every wall.
That would be a disaster, wouldn't it?
You ready?
No.
Jules?
Oh, I think I'm going to cry.
My goodness.
Are these happy tears? New House Rules, Sunday 6:30.
Book a luxury Mississippi River cruise with APT now, and your companion will fly free. Contact APT or your travel agent today. APT, unforgettable.
Super. Yeah, that's not something I think about too much. I guess I'm not retiring anytime soon. Yeah, got my son's super statement, opened it up, and I was really surprised. It's looking really good.
For 4.5 hours.
Hey, at this rate, maybe I could retire early. Definitely be going fishing, buying my own boat, head off and fish all the best spots around the world.
Really do come true.
New footy shapes and your face flavour. Get unlimited ADSL 2 Plus broadband with an Xbox 360, Call of Duty and 24 months of Xbox Gold Live membership, all for $59.90 per month. Or upgrade to Xbox One with Titanfall for only $20 per month more. Call 13DODO now.
Remember when you first got your license? At Amy, we do.
Nice car, mate.
That's why we created our skilled drivers course for drivers under 25. Free for your kids with our comprehensive car insurance.
G'day guys, I've teamed up with Australia's fresh food people because, like me, Woolies are passionate about bringing fresh ideas to really good food. We believe that creating a meal every day with fresh Aussie seasonal produce should be easy and it shouldn't cost you loads. I'm bringing some great recipes and Woolies are keeping it fresh and affordable. So get yourself down to Woolies and get some amazing fresh Aussie produce and enjoy.
With the end of the financial year and the World Cup in Brazil fast approaching, Kia is offering great savings. Yes, we could have done the obvious Brazilian dancer thing, but we think they'll sell themselves, don't we? Yep. Book a test drive today.
Sunrise is proudly brought to you by APT. Discover why an APT Mississippi cruise is unforgettable.
Welcome back. Time for a 7 News update. Here is Nat.
Thanks very much, Sam. Opposition Leader Bill Shorten says Labor will not support any increase to the GST. Now, that's despite the federal government taking $80 billion away from hospitals and schools in the budget.
What they're doing is they're effectively blackmailing the states into demanding an increase in the GST.
State premiers are demanding an urgent COAG meeting over the cuts to health and education. Bill Shorten will deliver his budget reply tonight.
It was a day.
More on breaking news from Sydney now. Coal Seam Gas Company, with links to the Obeid family, has been referred to the state's corruption watchdog, averting a predicted civil war between police and 7,000 protesters. Overnight, the New South Wales Energy Minister has rescinded the mining exploration licence of the Met Gasco company.
I was in receipt of some information yesterday with respect to shareholdings and interests within a particular company in New South Wales and its relationship with respect to matters before ICAC, and I've sent that information on to the Commissioner for further investigation.
Protesters at the site heard the news this morning on Sunrise. 3 surfers have survived a great white shark attack off the South Australian coast. Sunrise correspondent Amanda Backman joins us now from Adelaide. Amanda, the marks in this board are frightening.
Oh, the marks, the whole situation is frightening. These 3 mates were surfing off Elliston, off the west coast of South Australia. Now, they had paddled about 2 kilometres offshore to a reef break when apparently one of them was there on his board and he felt an almighty push from underneath. He flew up into the air. He was thrown into the air while his mates could just watch on in horror. Take a listen to what one of them said.
I just looked over. I saw that the white water come up and then just saw the tail just thrashing, and yeah, and he finally came up and just like got on the board, and I just paddled over to him, paddled over to me.
So just imagine that. So they think this shark was about 4.5 metres long. After this has happened, the 3 guys huddled up together and they had to make it 2 kilometres back into shore. And that is some distance to paddle back in. So they have a huge story to tell. It is an area where there are frequent shark sightings. No doubt there were some beers drunk at the pub last night.
And they covered the 2Ks in a few seconds, I'd say. Thanks, Amanda.
The judge presiding over Oscar Pistorius' murder trial has ordered the athlete undergo psychiatric testing. It follows a request for evaluation from the prosecution after a witness for the defence said Pistorius had an anxiety disorder which may have played a role in the shooting death of Reeva Steenkamp.
But this is not about anyone's convenience, but rather about whether justice has been served.
The trial will now be delayed, possibly for months.
Blues hardman Greg Bird is back in contention to play in the State of Origin series. Bird's dangerous throw charge was downgraded at the NRL judiciary last night. His suspension has been reduced to 2 matches, so he'll only miss Origin 1.
I
think everyone involved in rugby league probably would have noted that it was, 6 weeks was probably a little bit too much.
Bird says NRL players are confused by new rules on lifting tackles. Collingwood will be chasing its 5th straight win in tonight's AFL clash against the Crows at Adelaide Oval to start round 9. Nick Maxwell, Clinton Young and Adam Tooby are back from injury for the Pies. Taylor Walker makes his long-awaited return from a knee reconstruction for the Crows. Coach Brenton Sanderson says Big Tex is the spirit of the team. The match is live on 7 and 7 May. It'll be a beauty tonight. Ange Postecoglou's provisional 30-man Socceroos squad will enter training camp today as their World Cup preparations begin in earnest. Meanwhile, the Matildas have started their Women's Asian Cup defence with a 2-2 draw against Japan in Ho Chi Minh City. And the Western Sydney Wanderers are into the Asian Champions League quarterfinals after downing San Fraiche Hiroshima 2-0 at Perstek Stadium. It was the perfect farewell for a host of departing stars, including Shinji Ono. Roger Federer has some spare time to spend with his newborn twins, Leo and Lenny, after being knocked out of the Rome Masters by Frenchman Jeremy Chardy. It was Federer's first match back after taking time off to be with wife Mirka for the birth of their 2nd set of twins. A rope bird interrupted Rafael Nadal's clash with Gilles Simon. It was quickly rounded up by a very clever ball boy. No end to their skills. Eddie, it is chaos here at the moment for 5 seconds of summer down in the plaza. Much more relaxed where you are in the deep south.
It certainly is. The Big Easy almost here. That's our next destination at Lisa Retz. We have had a beautiful morning here at Oak Alley, celebrating 175 years since the home was built. The Oaks predate the house by about 100 years. One of the most beautiful plantations in the south. As I said, straight after this we head to the piece de resistance of our southern journey, New Orleans. For just like 5 seconds of summer, we rarely spend more than 24 hours in one place. So let's have a look at the weather for the final time.
Sunrise weather, brought to you by Beacon's new winter collection with the latest designer styles and 30% off your second light on now.
A high over the Tasman is keeping almost all of the country clear and calm, leading to a cool night with some fog in the east. Unstable southeasterlies on the Queensland coast are helping cause showers, some heavy and thundery, and weak troughs are bringing the odd storm to the interior. A shower or two for Brisbane with a top of 24, sunny and 23 for Sydney. Canberra 18 and sunny after some early fog and frost, mostly sunny and 22 for Melbourne. Hobart 20 degrees and partly cloudy, mostly sunny and 23 for Adelaide. A possible light shower for Perth with a top of 22 and Darwin 34 and mostly sunny. And if you would like to retrace the journey we have been on this week with APT, you must enter our competition. All the details are on the Sunrise website. In 25 words or less, you need to tell us why you want to come to the Mississippi. Of course, you'll go to Memphis, to Nashville, you come here to Oak Alley and continue on to New Orleans. Throw in some shopping in New York on top of that if you want to, off your own bat. It is the trip of a lifetime worth $22,000. We'll see you tomorrow from the French Quarter, New Orleans.
And Boogaloo and jazz coming out of there today.
I know.
Out here, of course.
I know. Well, I'm surprised you can't hear the screaming in Oak Alley.
It is mayhem down here. You know, in the old days, apparently people used to throw their knickers at Tom Jones. People are throwing packets of Doritos at Five Sauce.
Look at Michael trying to get him shot. It's all right, Michael, you're up next. Guess what? Coming up after this quick break, 5 seconds of summer. See you in a minute.
mastermind whose past is
It's all
fully
working out
exposed.
perfectly.
Somebody?
It's only 6:39.
Yeah.
So as long as their break doesn't take too long.
Was he trying so badly to
It'll
hide
work.
by changing his
Okay, the album
shoes?
technically didn't
Security.
this demo.
Tonight on 7.
There are snippets of it.
Start your day a better
Yeah,
way at
that's what I
Subway.
saw.
Put a good morning smile across
It's
your
not the
face as I
whole
take
album.
you to a
That's why
breakfast
I was
place
like,
that makes a quick and easy
go
breakfast
higher.
stop. Say, I'm an egg and
if you
bacon
look up-
man. Tomato. I'm a fan. They taste so great they really hit the spot. Now, if you're up for breakfast choice, my friends and I have found our voice. So start your day a better way.
Try me, girl.
Your taste buds will love you. See you for breakfast at Subway. Bam! Out they go. It's Suzuki's end of financial year clearance. There's big savings on Swift with Bluetooth connectivity, now starting at just $15,490 drive away.
Yeah.
Or upgrade to Swift Navigator with multimedia sat
Heard
nav.
that.
See your Suzuki dealer
It's
today.
game.
Although these days may seem commonplace, in years to come, they will crystallize in our minds as our best.
There's a lot to celebrate when you're a kid. Lucky, Cotties makes a lot.
If you look for the extraordinary, enjoy lifestyle with distinction, and you value design and comfort, you will find the exceptional at Demir Leather. Sail on now.
Today, I'm showing a store shopper what it's like to shop with Woolworths Online.
Can you please?
While you relax, a personal shopper fills your order to your specifications. All our specials are available, and ingredients to Jamie Oliver's recipes can be added directly to your list. Plus, you can track your order to make sure you're available when your delivery arrives. So save time and shop online.
We know your family is anything but average, which is why we offer different levels of car insurance to suit your needs. GIO, it's a trust thing.
Krispy Kreme at 7-Eleven. With donuts this delicious, any reason will do. Krispy Kreme delivered fresh daily at 7-Eleven. Good call. Get unlimited ADSL 2 Plus broadband with an Xbox 360, Call of Duty, and 24 months of Xbox Gold Live membership, all for $59.90 per month. Or upgrade to Xbox One with Titanfall for only $20 per month more. Call 13DODO now.
Hello again, Nicola Wood in the Mazda 2 Skytracker 7 with the final check on your run around Sydney. Now, a car and a bus have collided. The scene in Fairfield, the Horsley Drive at Paulding Street, is causing delays for traffic in both directions. Here's a look at your run out of Sydney's northern beaches. Pretty time for the Burnbridge Creek deviation down to the Spit Bridge and Sunglair, not helping. Reward yourself with a zippy Mazda 2 Neo Sport with the alloys and cruise control from $15,990 drive away. Visit your local Mazda dealer.
It's coming. Tomorrow morning, Jessica Malboy performing live in a Sunrise special event. The massive Sunrise Harbour Party. Look who else is dropping in. And we've got plenty of prizes. It's going to be a huge morning. Join us live on Sunrise tomorrow.
Guess what?
Oh, sorry, put me unawares.
It's time for more 5 Seconds of Summer.
Get out of town.
The biggest band in Australia right now
With their top 10 hits.
is here with their first TV concert.
Don't Stop is the name of the song. Ladies and gentlemen, Five Sauce. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We are 5 Seconds of Summer, and this is Don't Stop. We need to see everybody dancing. You got it. You like affection, some kind of holiday. You got me thinking that we can run away. You wanna take you there, you tell me when you will. Then I asked for your number, said you don't have a phone. It's getting late now. I gotta let you know that everybody wants to take you home tonight. And I'm gonna find a way to make you mine. Don't stop doing what you're doing. 'Cause every time I move to the beat, it gets harder for me. You know it, know it, know it. Don't stop, 'cause you know that I like it. And every time you walk in the room, you got all I can do, and you know it.
Swear I can taste you. You got me tongue-tied. I can't escape you. I'm loving what you got. But let me push you out. Everybody wants to hold you right. But I'm not gonna let them make you mine. Don't stop. Doing what you're doing. 'Cause every time you move to the beat, it gets harder for me. And you know it, know it, know it. Don't stop. 'Cause you like it. Every time you walk in the room, you got all over you. And you know it, know it, know it. Every day it's the same old games that you play. Wow. Oh, back and forth, turning round, trouble like it's crazy. Say what's up. Don't stop. Doing what you do. 'Cause every time you move to the beat, it gets harder for me. Here we go. Don't stop. Doing what you do. 'Cause every time you move to the beat, it gets harder for me. You know it, know it, know it. Don't stop. 'Cause you know I like it. Every time I walk in the room, you got it all over you. And you know it, know it, know it. Thank you, guys. Yo, the 3-minute pop song is back. I love it.